Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny. I'm from JennyCarddesigns. Thanks so much for joining me today. Welcome to another edition of Chop It Up. Today I've got a fun holiday project for you using my Holiday Projects template book. Now if you'll just bear with me, I'm a little under the weather. I'm quarantining at home. I'm unable to breathe through my nose, but I'm pushing through it. I'm on the road to recovery, feeling a little bit better. I thought I would create a video and share a last-minute holiday project with you. I'll be creating these gift card envelopes using one sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock, and they just flip open to hold a little gift card inside. And I'm going to show you how I made these. So I've got a paper pad from Michaels. This is a Recollections 12 by 12 Christmas pad from this year. And I'm just flipping through it to pick out the pattern that I want. I decided to go with this red polka dot. So I'm going to peel off the top little strip there, and this is already perforated, so I can just fold it and pop it right off. So I'm just going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to grab my trimmer and we're going to start cutting. So first off, I'm going to cut my first piece down at 8 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this around, and across the 12-inch side, I'm going to start cutting at 4-inch increments. So I'll make my first cut here at 8 inches. And then I'll make a second cut at 4 inches. And this will give me 3 sheets that measure 4 by 8. And then I have one long piece left that measures 4 by 12. And we're just going to cut this down again at 8 inches. And this will give us another 4 by 8 inch strip with a little scrap left over. We're going to use that little scrap later on, so set that aside and we'll come back to that. Okay, that's going to be it for cutting on this project. I'm just going to get my paper trimmer out of the way and pull in my scoreboard. And I'm going to pop these pieces in across the 8-inch side. Now I'm going to start my first score at 1.5 inches and 5 inches. Okay, and I'm going to do that for all 4 of the pieces. Again, I'm scoring at 1.5 inches and at 5 inches across the 8-inch side. Okay, and once that's all done, I'm going to go ahead and start creasing all of the folds. So I'm just going to fold these up, crease the fold, and fold down the envelope flap to make sure everything is nice and straight. And the next thing I'm going to do is create a little finger notch for my gift card to slide in and out. So I have a spot to grab it, essentially. So I want to do this before I glue it down so that I don't put any stress on the pocket. Okay, so I'm going to do that to all 4 of my gift card pockets. I'm also going to round the corners on these. So I'm going to do a couple at a time. I'm just going to stack them together, open up the envelopes, and I'm going to use my 1/4 inch corner rounder. And I'm going to round the corners on the envelope flap, as well as on the bottom of the little envelopes. I feel like rounding the corners gives it a little finishing touch and just makes it look sort of, I don't know, it makes it look nicer, I think. So I'm going to do that to all of my envelopes. I'm creating everything the same here today. Round the corners on the bottom and on the closing flaps of those little envelopes. And then I'm going to start applying some liquid glue. I've got some liquid glue in this fine tip bottle, and I like this bottle because it's super thin. It gives me really thin strips of adhesive, and it also has a little metal point inside of the cap so that I can plug that back into the top of the glue bottle without worrying about my glue clogging. And it's worked really great so far. I've been using it for about a month. So I used that glue and I adhered all of my envelopes together. And I wanted to step these little pockets up a bit. I wanted to make them a little bit extra special. So I pulled in this stamp set from JennyCarddesigns. It's called Hygge Time. And I'm just going to grab one of the little snowmen from the set. I've got a mini Misty stamping tool and some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm going to pop a piece of Nina Classic Crest Solar White cardstock into my little Misty. And I'm going to ink up this little snowman a couple of times. And I want to make one snowman for each pocket. So I'm going to stamp this snowman 4 times. And I did get a little bit of an ink smudge on one of my snowmen, but no worries, I'm going to show you how to get rid of that. Okay, so once my stamping was done and the ink was nice and dry, I grabbed a sand eraser And the trick to the sand eraser and removing ink that you don't want on your cardstock is, first of all, letting it dry. That's number one trick. Number two is to use the sand eraser in different directions. Go up and down, turn the cardstock around, go side to side, and you'll see that I got rid of that ink smudge, and it's almost like it was never there. So that's a neat little trick. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of Copic coloring, and I'll play a little bit of music, and you can see me color my fun little snowman, and I'll catch you back on the other side.
So it's Christmas. Hear the festive music in the air. See the smiling faces everywhere. They stop and stare. Another Christmas. Time to celebrate with those you love. Time to count your blessings from above. Have a very Merry Christmas. Christmas time is here. Have a happy Christmas and New Year. Have a very Merry Christmas. Christmas time is here. Have a happy Christmas and New Year. Christmas time is here. Have a happy Christmas and New Year. Have a very Merry Christmas. Christmas time is here. Have a happy Christmas and New Year.
Okay, so coloring is all done. I've gone ahead and cut these snowmen out using the coordinating dies and my Gemini Junior die cutting machine. Now I'm going to use that scrap from the beginning that I told you to set aside, and I'm going to cut my snowman out of this scrap, but I'm going to turn the pattern so the pattern is like on the back of the snowman, if that makes sense. It'll all make sense in just a moment. I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to cut this out 4 times, and then I'm going to have these little polka dotted backgrounds of snowmen, and you're going to see that they have a little die edge on them. So I'm just going to use my bone folder and press off those little lines and rip off my snowman's arm. And don't worry, no snowmen were harmed during the filming of this video. I'm going to fix his arm. So I'm just going to press out those die cutting edges, and I'm going to grab my little gift card pockets, and I'm going to adhere my snowman using some liquid glue. I'm just going to add the glue to his head, and I'm going to apply this glue, and I'm going to stick my snowman onto the flap of my envelope. I'm not using a ton of adhesive here, just enough so that I can glue his head down, and I'll press and hold that until he sticks. And then I'm going to flip the envelope open, and I'm going to apply glue to the back of one of these polka dotted die cut snowmen. And then I'm going to line this up over top of my snowman, so this way you won't see the Copic coloring in behind. Plus it kind of gives like a finished look. Then I'm going to glue his little ripped off arm back together, and then he'll be happy as a snowman could be. Okay? Isn't that so cute? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do this to all 4 of my gift card pockets and apply my snowman and their little polka dotted backgrounds, and then that's it. These are super cute, and a quick little gift that you can create 4 gift card pockets out of 1 sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. I've got a little bit of ribbon here. I'm just going to pull out a piece of green ribbon just to show you that you can step these up in tons of different ways. You can add embellishments, you could add stamping, you can add jewels and gems. I'm just going to add a little piece of green ribbon and tie a little quick bow, and that's going to be it for these little pockets. Super cute. Okay, that's it for today's video. I had so much fun creating this project for you today. Here's a close-up look at the finished envelopes. If you're interested in my holiday project template book, it is still available for free on my website. Some conditions apply. Check out my website for those details. For any of you who are celebrating Christmas and awaiting Santa, he'll be here before you know it.
Merry Christmas!
Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. I appreciate the support as always. Have yourself a very merry little Christmas and a wonderful New Year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!